All right, so good day to all my fellow educators out there. This is Brian again, and we're here right now again in Inspiring Educators. So, for this new episode, we are very blessed to have another educator, and this time we're going to be traveling all the way to Nigeria, and we'll be interviewing another fantastic educator who has a passion in teaching English to all his fellow Nigerian people. So without further ado, let's all welcome Sir Hamisu. Sir Hamisu, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. And you?
I'm doing great, sir. So it's
That's
a
good.
pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you in my podcast, Mr. Hamisu.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine, sir.
Alright. Now, let's get started. Sir Hamisu,
All right.
I want our listeners to know who really is Hamisu. Can you share some things about you, sir?
Okay, so is there a need for me to on the video or I should just leave it?
Oh no, you can just do the audio, sir. It will be very fine.
Okay. So, my name is Hamisu Hamisu Haruna. I was born here in Kano State, Nigeria. That is in the northern part of the country. And I have been teaching English at university level for the past 7 years so far.
Wow, you've been in the education industry for quite a long year, sir. That's really fantastic. You've been teaching students on the college level. Am I right, sir?
Yes, exactly. Well, my journey of teaching started quite long. It started for the past more than 10 years also. But I'm laying my foundation based on my teaching at university level.
Mm-hmm.
So after having my first degree in English language and the master's in English language from the Department of English by University Kano, I joined university teaching in 2015.
Wow, that was really an exciting journey. And I also wanted to know, Sir Hamisu, how did you end up as an educator? So what was your journey? Why did you choose education, sir?
Well, I very much believe that if you want to liberate others and if you want to impact on other people's life, the best way to do that is to be an educator. And that is my first motivation for becoming an educator. And as I said, this journey started things from my childhood.
Wow.
Because I have the passion of leading others. I have the passion of serving others. By saying leading, I mean serving others. And that's why I started it right from the childhood when I, gather people and give them extramural lessons. So it started about, I can say, around 2010, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the journey started.
Wow, that was really a nice journey, sir. I love it when you said that as a young kid, you want to lead people into having a better education. That is really something that you are already dedicated at your younger age. Am I right, sir?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
That's really an inspirational idea. Now, sir, before I go on to my next question, I also wanted to know, because you've been teaching for the past 10 years, but then in the collegiate level, sir, I wanted to know, how did your professional development journey started?
For this intro question, triggers some that is professional development journey.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
My journey on professional development started quite a long time because I'm in educative programs, following the programs for quite a long time, since when I was primary school and now So I these great international programs. And after that, this journey is when I joined the university. I started, deepening myself into at higher levels. And that's when I came and we started the journey together. I organized new workshops and programs related to American Embassy. And this has led me to be as an ambassador with the embassy to take the course TESOL methodology with the University of into in my country for the global course. This is outstanding student the countries with the course. I completed the course with it.
Wow.
This was University of facilitator MOOC in 2019. One of the there. I engaged my other educative modes such as content-based. I was a graduate English for me using educational technology in the English using critical thinking at university and critical instruction that I have just concluded. These have all to do with the American Embassy. And from the British one, I was able to, participate in many other programs with FutureLearn, such as I took part in one of the courses that FutureLearn did. After I was interviewed by them, they offered me this opportunity, and I took one course that is Corpus Linguistics with Lancaster University.
Wow.
I also took another course with Open University that is taking your teaching online, and another course that is that is making teacher education relevant for the 21st century generation, and many other courses, quite numerous to mention. These are some of them that I was able to take part in, and I'm a kind of active Facebooker. And being an active Facebooker means that you come across many educative groups, platforms, and pages that are educational in nature. And I usually follow them, and all the conferences that are taking place there, I usually follow and attend them. So I am passionate in attending professional development programs, and that's what brought me to who I am now, especially during this 21st century challenging situation we are in, that is coronavirus pandemic.
That was really a great journey, sir. But just simply hearing that you've even took a course when it's all about corpus linguistics, that was really a big achievement. Plus, you are also representing your country with the help of U.S. Embassy. That was really a remarkable journey, Sir Hamisu.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was really amazed with that professional development journey that you had. Now, up to my next question, Sir Hamisu.
Yes, sir.
I've heard how really passionate you are in learning new things, especially when it comes to education. Now, I wanted to know, Sir Hamisu, how do you stay positive despite of this current pandemic situation that we have, despite that we are facing this very difficult situation? How does Sir Hamisu stay positive?
Well, I think this is a very interesting question and challenging one as well, because we are all battling to to live with coronavirus.
Yes, sir.
And I have one belief that no condition is permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things that makes me to stay positive despite the challenges that are posed by coronavirus pandemic. And another thing is that I think ours is more critical than in your country, because here in Nigeria, we are faced with so many challenges, especially that have to do with the issue of network. This is one of the problems that we are facing if we want to move from face-to-face to online teaching. But despite that, since we know that teaching or being an educator is all about serving the community, one has to also use his personal resources in order to develop to or to make for the betterment of other students. And that's why I make use of online learning tools and online teaching tools to supplement my face-to-face teaching. And to tell you the truth, despite this coronavirus pandemic, my teaching hasn't stopped. I continued with my classes online with my students. I trained them on how to, learn online, and I moved on with my teaching. And it didn't stop. It's as if, in fact, the students also feel happy that now they are moved to the outer world. Some that they've never experienced before. Now they are able to experience it, and they really enjoy it, because they feel as if they are physically present with me, with the aid of many tools that we use, such as Zoom, that gives face-to-face, that gives direct and synchronous online discussion, and other asynchronous online discussions that we use, such as WhatsApp, such as Facebook, and other platforms. So my teaching didn't stop, for sure. And that's what makes me to stay positive, because I use my personal resources to, impact on other people's life. And I feel happy with doing that. And I also encourage my colleagues to also do that. And some of them have started that.
It's really amazing, sir. What I love with that idea you gave is that you use the word personal resources. You don't just stop by hearing from others. You try to use what you all know. You try what you see on the internet. You use the technology that works for you. You share it. That was really
absolutely, sir.
That was really a fantastic way to make yourself positive. That was
Thank
really,
you very much.
Sir.
And you see one thing.
Yes, sir.
You see one thing. I do all these kind of things from the comfort of my home.
Yes. That's really.
I don't need to go anywhere. That's why I always stay indoor, because whenever you see me, I'm either researching, or I am teaching, or I am impacting on other people's life through online platforms.
It's amazing. You are touching everyone's lives, plus you're practicing the technology that was being developed from time to time. A very good process of an educator. That's really amazing.
Thank you very much, sir.
Really
Yuri, I like the coinage of your program, educator.
Yes,
it's
sir.
not educator, but educator. That is what makes educators to be globally recognized using online platforms. And that's what really caught my attention. And that's why when you invited me for this interesting program, despite my schedules, I had to squeeze it and, answer this honorable invitation. So it's really my pleasure to be here, sir.
I also have that marvelous time with you right now, sir. And I'm really touched that despite of the challenges that Nigeria is facing, there is one person, that is Sir Hamisu, who's trying to do his best, using all his knowledge to influence not just his colleagues, but to influence the future of Nigeria. Those those teens, those who are about to go to the professional world. You're allowing them to see what will they face after college life, right, sir?
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir.
You're a good stepping stone, if you would allow me to say that word, because you are a good foundation to those who are about to see what really reality is. You are
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the compliment.
You're giving them a positive output, Sir Hamisu.
Thank you for the compliment, sir.
No worries, sir. But then, off to our final question. This is just a very simple question, sir. How do you make your students a positive students? In a sense that, how do you inspire them every day, Sir Hamisu?
Well, I do so many things to inspire others. Because remember, being an educator is like being a role model. So students don't need only what you teach them, but what you act while teaching. In other words, learning by doing is more effective and more permanent. And that is why whatever I want to impact on their lives, whatever I do in order to make them stay positive, has to come from me. That is the first thing. What I'm saying here is that I use so many techniques in order to make them stay positive and inspire them to follow my own footsteps. The first thing I do is I always remain punctual. That is, if I have a class, I remain punctual, I come on time, and if it's online, I usually log in on time so that they know that being, punctual in whatever you do is something very much important. Secondly, I am very friendly to all my students. Sometimes, before even pandemic, if you see me in the midst of my students, you might not even recognize that this is the teacher, the educator, and these are his students. I mingle with them, I share experiences with them, I crack jokes with them, and do a lot of things, because learning doesn't just restrict itself to classroom instruction. Many learning activities take place outside the classroom.
That's right.
So friendliness is very important. And the most important thing is I keep them motivated. I motivate them. Whatever my student brings to me as an effort that he has done, I motivate him, I honor him, and sometimes I give him such kind of positive reinforcement so that others can emulate, so that others can imitate, so that others can copy from him. And as I said, I'm easygoing, so I don't have problem. My office is always open. Even outside office, some students, even before pandemic, they text me some issues that they have, maybe through WhatsApp, through Facebook, and I try my best to solve their problems. And one thing that I think it's very important for all educators is becoming a good planner. That is to say, by planning to fail, by failing to plan, you plan to fail. If you want to have a successful classroom, an enjoyable classroom, you need to plan your class very well. So by planning your lesson, it will take you step by step in reaching to the minds of your students. I know some teachers are of the habit of just going to the classroom because they know the subject matter, but teaching or educating others goes beyond knowing the subject matter, but rather how do I, convey what I have to them also matters. So being a good planner is very important. And as I said from the beginning, I also expose my students to extracurricular activities. What I'm saying by this is that I expose them to the concept of digital literacy. From the beginning, I informed you that I taught them how to use these platforms for educative purpose, because we have one issue that most of our students just take using Facebook, using WhatsApp, using Zoom as a place just for social interaction without relating it to academic, activities. And this is one of the reasons why I drew their attention to the important aspect of these platforms. That is, you can use them to improve yourself academically, to improve your reading, speaking, listening, and writing abilities. And this is one very important thing that I'm always proud that I impact on other people's life. Secondly, the issue of virtual exchange programs. My students, I expose them to virtual exchange programs with other universities across the globe.
Wow.
Recently, early this year, I had a virtual exchange with Russian Armenian University in Armenia with the Department of Linguistics. We had almost 3 hours discussion with them, my students and one of my colleagues' students as well. They learn from each other's culture, cultural differences, and system of education, the differences in system of education in culture and what have you. And they really appreciate their cultures, and also they appreciate our cultures as well. So this is another thing that I did. And in addition to that, recently also I had another exchange with other students from Ukraine. I have a colleague there, and I organized this kind of exchange, and it went successfully. And to tell you the truth, my students always feel happy and feel motivated and encouraged whenever I ask them that there is an exchange program. They feel happy. They feel as if, sometimes they even ask me, "Sir, isn't there any other new exchange program so that we'll be exposed to other people?" So this really made them to even learn your lesson better, because they know that you are not only aiming at teaching them, but also at developing their, skills of, living in a better life in the future. And in addition to that, I also created many different online platforms for academic and social interactions with them. I don't restrict myself to just teaching, as I said. I created other platforms so that they can, sometimes they even, record their, assignments and send them to me. And I assess them and I take them back to them. So these are some of the things that I do. And because I happen to be one of the representatives to visit the United States of America in March 2020 for an exchange program to represent West Africa.
Yes, sir.
Although this pandemic situation came and it interrupted everything, but soon we are going there. So I use the link I have with the network I have with other people across the globe to share my experience with them, because no one knows who are the leaders of tomorrow. So they should be trained to be good leaders of tomorrow, so that what they learn from me, they can easily pass it down to others. This is part of the community service that you need to render to your students. And through that, my students have been really inspired by me. I'm not, being proud of myself, but I know, based on what I heard from them, based on what I hear from them, they have been inspired by these issues.
Yeah. Actually, I would say you're not making, you're not just boosting yourself by saying those words. Actually, sir, to be honest, I was really, personally, even the host of this podcast, I was really inspired, because we all know the challenges that your country has faced. We all knew that, Nigeria, others would say, was it a developed country? Are they really on their way up? But hearing how passionate you are, Sir Hamisu, I can say that, if I hear someone who would say that, I would immediately interrupt and say them, guys, you're wrong. There is this person who is helping Nigeria to move up when it comes to education system, and that is Sir Hamisu. His passion, his goals, he is really one of a kind. He's really an inspiring educator for me.
Thank you very much, sir.
You know what, sir? Right now, I'm just sitting in front of my computer, but then, the force within my surrounding here, I'm really, uplifted. I'm really, How I wish I could be
Thank you.
just like you, sir, because I'm just a starting educator. It's just my second year in the actual physical school. I've been teaching online for the past 3 years. But then,
I'm bluffing. I'm bluffing, sir.
no, sir. But then,
Thank you so
I
much,
was
sir.
really
We are,
inspired.
you see, this is part of the service you need to render to your society, to your community, and to your
Yes.
country at large.
Yes, and I see that
Yes.
you are that person who wanted not just to bring yourself up, but the whole Nigeria, sir. I'm seeing
Thank you
that
very
you
much, sir.
are a person that would make your country proud of.
Thank you
As
very much,
simple
sir.
as that,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Thank you.
So, Sir
It's been my
Hamisu.
pleasure
Yes, sir.
speaking to you.
Oh, yeah. No worries with that, sir. Now, before our podcast ends, sir, I'm giving you this opportunity to invite all our listeners. If you had any things that you would like to plug in, programs, activities, the online floor is now yours, Sir Hamisu. Go for it.
Well, thank you very much to my listeners in Philippines, my very good listeners of Philippines. I really like the country because I learned one thing from the country. As I told you yesterday,
Yes,
during
sir.
one of my programs, I learned that almost all the participants of the programs are from Philippines. In fact, every page I open, I see from Philippines. Philippines. I say, oh, I wish I can migrate to Philippines too. So, really, one thing I want to tell my listeners is that keep reading. Read, and never stop reading. Because reading is the key to any success. If you want to prosper in life, you read. If you want to write better, you read. If you want to be a unique person in the world, just read. Reading is the secret and what I always advise others, and explore the differences. Don't, cage yourself to what you only have. Explore to the outer world. Face the challenges. By facing the challenges, then you will become an outstanding person in the world, and the world will really be proud of you. Thank you very much, my listeners, for listening to me. Thank you very much. I feel honored, and I wish one day I will come to the Philippines and interact in a kind of face-to-face interactions with you. Thank you very much, sir, for inviting me. It's really my honor to be here, to be heard by the Philippines, the great minds of Philippines. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you very much, particularly to you, for organizing this interesting episode and podcast. Thank you.
Lovely. All I can say, Sir Hamisu, is the pleasure is ours. It's an honor to know a person who really wanted to be someone, an authentic educator. And to close up my podcast, thank you very much to all my wonderful listeners. We heard someone right now who is really an inspiring educator. Till our next episode, guys. See you then.